What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, I saw a video of Claressa Shields. It's not a show I watched, never saw it before. I don't even know if I've heard of it. It's not anything that I was, ever like invested in terms of time just watching it. But I saw a thumbnail of Claressa, and basically they were talking about her. I'm pretty sure they talked about more than just that, but the clip I saw was basically about her taking her urine, giving a urine sample, because after her last fight, she they said she had traces of marijuana in her system. Now, the funny thing was, I had saw videos of people saying Claressa Shields was on steroids. Claressa Shields, oh, she's smoking marijuana. She's doing like all of these different things. Terrence Crawford is on steroids. And I'm saying, what I find really weird is when no athletic commission is making these claims. Now, in terms of the marijuana traces, that was true, that they found traces, that they said that they found traces. But where did the steroids come from? You see, and this is what really sucks about human beings. You take social media and use it the wrong way. Now let's try to degrade somebody's name. Let's make up lies and say shit. Nothing about steroids came up, marijuana. And I'll get to that in a second. But the Terrence Crawford situation, same thing. Because Terrence Crawford has said that he's 180 plus pounds. And you never know. Like a lot of times, we've seen him do it to Andy Ruiz, show pictures of him being ripped up, and I'm like, I know damn well that's not no Andy fucking Ruiz, because we just seen Andy Ruiz a week ago when that motherfucker was still fat. Photoshop pictures and all this stupid nonsense. But when someone is actually caught and they're dirty, if you like that fighter, you make excuses up. Or what about such and such? Such and such has nothing to do with such and such. Fair is fair. And I understand the fact that if somebody did something and you feel they got away with it, okay, whatever. That doesn't make it right for the fighter that you like to get away with it either. So when someone isn't dirty, there's no information about someone being dirty, you make up shit. So basically, Claressa Shields gave a urine sample and it came back negative. And they read this online, they talked about it online. And Claressa Shields said the only thing that she can think of is she hugged fans and different people, and people smoke that shit all the time. And I remember being around some guys when I was a lot younger, man, where I would be training. This guy had a garage down the street from me, and his whole garage he turned into a gym. And I'd be in there hitting the bag and stuff. And like, man, like when they would come around, like they would smoke weed. I hate the smell of that shit. I hate the smell of cigarettes. I hate the smell of alcohol. Any of it. But it was so strong that you could taste it. Okay, you could taste it. And I remember I had got sick, but I remember they had I had blood drawn for a particular reason at one point. But bottom line is, that's what I'm saying. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that shit. It was traces of it in me. And especially when you sweat, shit get in your pores. And see, they have ways to determine something that you take orally or something that was in through the skin. And depending on what it is and all of that. So that's easy to happen. But, man, it's like people always want to talk about hate for a fighter because you be honest about, where the fighter stands, what this fighter's done and what they haven't done, and who they've done it against. But, of course, immature idiots getting their feelings about everything. But when somebody's actually being lied on, it's like, so what? I don't care about that fighter. So what? They're lying on them. So, yeah. The funny thing is, I haven't seen not one of these people that made these lies up make a video saying, hey, you know what? I was wrong. The information came out that Claressa Shields was clean. She wasn't actually smoking marijuana, but there was traces of it in her system because of the people that she might have been around and came in contact with. This is why the claim that Floyd Schofield Sr. and Junk that had made talking about that they rubbed some cream on his son, but then he turns around and said they come to find out the cream wasn't what was in his system or what was wrong with him or caused the problem, but he never said what. Okay, you know, the same way. Once again, how when Tank Davis was getting ready to fight, was it Raleigh or was it I think it was, no, when he's about to fight Ryan. Yeah, when he's about to fight racist Ryan. And he was telling Bernard Hopkins, don't touch him. Don't fucking put your hands on it. Don't touch him, right? He explained that later to him. For one, well, I didn't want him touching me. And two, you know, you fuck around, might rub something on you, then all of a sudden something show up in my text. Because this is what people fail to understand. Things can get in your system these ways. Now, isn't it ironic that all these other cases, nobody was able to prove their innocence? Yeah. Isn't it funny how somebody can give a hair sample 3 months later? You understand what I mean? So Claressa did what she did and proved her innocence. That, no, you know, whatever. Shit is in my, you know, and it was nothing with steroids, none of that shit. It was marijuana traces, they said. But at the same time, my point is people hear something and they make up lies and they draw their own conclusions and they'll get in front of a camera and try to make you think some bullshit that they just conjured up in their fucking head is what happened. So I'm just taking the time to make this video to say, no, Claressa Shields is clean. It pisses people off because of her status and where she is in this game and what she's done in this sport for this sport of women's boxing and everything, contributing to the sport of boxing, giving her blood, sweat, and tears just like the men do. But, you know, her being a young black woman that talk her shit and then back it up, of course, it's a problem. And she don't give a fuck, and neither do I, because people are going to be idiots. Racists are going to be racist, and jackasses are going to be jackasses. The real ones are going to be the real ones. So, no. The same way y'all got together and made up this bullshit to try to shit on her name and make up lies, y'all couldn't wait to report this shit. And the same way y'all made up these lies about Terrence Crawford, because Bud is no sanctioning body that found nothing in his system saying that he's a dirty fighter. So y'all come up with this shit, but you see, like I said, the problem with this generation, people don't even care about what the truth is. And not one of you coward bitch-made motherfuckers decided to make a video and say, nah, I was wrong. You know, yeah, they found marijuana traces, but she gave a urine sample and it came back negative. And you're not going to do that because that other shit about the steroids and all that, you made that shit up and added it to it. And then you say goofy shit like everybody take, no, stop with the everybody stuff. And if that would be the case and you thought that this whole sport was full of steroid cheaters, and then why would we support a sport where people are cheating? Because boxing is supposed to be pure. And this is what makes the beauty of the sport to me, not a bunch of jacked up steroid freaks. So, nah, try again. I'll bet you, if this shit happened to Savannah Marshall or Katie Taylor or Amanda Serrano, y'all be trying to make excuses like, nah, man, they probably setting her up. They're trying to set them. Y'all will find every excuse to try to deny it, just like y'all try to do for Ryan Garcia. But y'all jumped on the bandwagon of hate and said, nah, let's add some shit and make up some shit about Claressa Shields. And how stupid y'all are. Struggling with your fucking channels to make money. And y'all sit up here and use any ways of trying to get attention to try to get some fucking money out of your channels. Y'all so full of shit, man. But no, she's a clean fighter. And as much as y'all stupid motherfuckers hate it, you should actually be glad that, hey, all right, she's out here doing her thing naturally. But, hey, what do you expect from an asshole except from shit?